Put a whole arm in the rim, this cop get and I know Poppy get a key for the bottle. Try to kind of see him grab a seat, I bought him. Got a bitch looking like a little shit model. Hot, weak, slick. My weak, sweet, lit. Nobody be with the city. Turn for a 12 for a swat. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Hit it with the stick in the box. I'ma get lazy. Mojo deal, people tripping like she sucked the nigga so. Got cash out. Hold on, wipe a nigga no. Six slash. I won't never sell my soul. And I can back that. And I really wanna know where. The move in the mouth, they steal it with me, then he got the blues in the pouch. Took her to the forest, put the wood in the mouth. Bitch, don't wear no shoes in my house. The bird I'm flying in, I don't wanna fly again. I take my chest in traffic. She sucking, no dick, no hands with it. I just made her on the plane like a landing strip. I'm twisting for the president and I done put 100 bands on some of my shit. I done done real good, so that's cheap. Shawty got this off, I'm talking my shit. But now you can tell me. South Street welcome. Yeah, I didn't turn for a 12 for a swat. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Hit it with the stick in the box. Fuck the whole damn field. I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals with the she sucked the nigga so. Got cash out. Turn on white, but nigga no. Six slash. I won't never sell my soul. And I can take that. And I really wanna know where. Oh Lord, Jason made another one. I've been there right through another nigga city. I got a brand new Draco with me. Flip got 33, got it, bitch. Nigga ain't heard of me, I got it rich. Drippin' my slice to Givenchy. I ride my strap in the park. And my diamonds on set like Cart. Got a bad bitch with me, shit Barbie. You don't wanna start with me. Got some other niggas posting in the Jordan. I have this nigga on back of a cart. Spill every bird, 33 on Cartier. I got 33 bitches with me. I'ma flow through the city, sipping on some Chardonnay. Fucking, I'ma buying out the bar today. Fucking, I'm buying out Barney's, yeah. I'ma hang with the game, baby. You on the air. Hands in the rats and the mice. My son nigga up. That's on bullet. We get them on tight. Gon' make it feel like Mike. Take it, make it night. My diamonds looking like a light. I'm a fly, crabbing like a kite. Got a belly cook, trying to write for another nigga shit. I got a brand new Draco with me. Flip got 33, got it, bitch. Nigga ain't heard of me, I got it rich. Drippin' my slice to Givenchy. I ride my strap in the park. And my diamonds all set like Cart. Got a bad bitch with me, shit Barbie. You don't wanna start with me. Oh, you don't wanna start with me. That's running on the whole block like 4 club breath. No, you don't wanna start with me. No, you don't wanna start with me. I know cold hearted demons that can smell your flesh. You gon' run up pussy nigga, shoot them dead in the chest. No, you don't wanna start with me. With a lot of plans, got jazz, I kept me at bells and hardin'. I done made a lane, I get paid for a stage, I keep a good talk with me. Executive vein, black pussy, word. I'm your heart, ain't I never hope it in the heart. I'm the top of the bundle. Some things in the middle of the I spell it to the blood one. And right, 800 racks on the TA, $10 million on the weekday, $15 on the weekday. Give me the phone, nigga, keep this. Niggas outside, no weekday. I'm right for another nigga city. I got a brand new Draco with me. Flip got 33, got it, bitch. He ain't heard of me, I got a bitch. Give me my slice to Givenchy. I ride my strap in the park. And my diamonds all set like Cart. Got a bad bitch with me, shit Barbie. You don't wanna start with me. Hot girl like Arizona. Plug in Colombia, my diamonds in Africa. I'm like for the DA. Groupies been fucking my DJ. Shawty had her ass on her. light, then I climbed in. Had to take them out, we ain't gon' dine in. Shawty done fell in love with all my diamonds. But everybody change on you like the sea. Sippin' 1942 down Julio. I ain't got time for all these eyes and these stupid hoes. Late night, I been cooling down the interstate. Late night, I been thinking a lot of niggas hate. Tell my dog, let's pour tons of ace. If he talking out this lip, we gotta give cuz a taste. I can't let no niggas smell my name. Especially when these little niggas see me as relevant. And the OGs respect me that done came out my section. We just bought colonies just to maintain. I talked to all my brother and me on the same day. We just tryna motivate, while the AB show the face. Feel like I'm a soul today. Feel like I'm a woe today. I was in Miami with a bitch, gave me cold face. She had this dick on her nose plate. Peanut butter seeds can't perfect time. But I see you one time. I seen the light and I climbed in. Had to take my way on down in. Shawty done fell in love with all my diamonds. But everybody change on you like the sea. Sippin' 1942 down Julio. I ain't got time for all these eyes and these stupid. I don't know what love is, I can't tell. Everybody come around like yourself. She got a birthday cake like it's my 21st. I done came a long way, I made it out the dirt, yeah. See my niggas in the hearse having nightmares in church. Tryna make sure my mama got a couple racks in the showroom. Car came from the top room, yeah. Don't give them a hot coat. I just gave myself a roller coat and paid the pop coat. Peanut butter seeds can't I'm still ducking one time. I seen the light and I climbed in. Had to take them out, we ain't gon' dine in. Shawty done fell in love with all my diamonds. But everybody change on you like the sea. Sippin' 1942 down Julio. I ain't got time for all these eyes and these people.
What's poppin', everyone? All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Lit. How you guys doing? I feel like I ain't seen you guys in so long. It has been a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. I missed y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been, like I said, I've been doing a lot of back testing. Been on vacation too. You know, it's been Christmas season. You know, I just want to make sure you guys know that I have not forgotten about y'all. But yeah, you haven't seen me since last year. Exactly. That's why we had to pop up with the ICHIMOKU section. You already know what it is. You know what it is. Yes, sir. Like I was saying. One, hold up. Before I do anything, put a 7 in the chat if you come into London. Put a 7 in the chat if you go into London. Because I'm going to be in London. Okay? It's time for y'all to be in London. It's about to be turned in London. We about to go ham in London. I need y'all to know that I'm going to be there. So y'all say what's up. For real, y'all say what's up in London. I want to make sure you guys get the best value as possible, even here and in London. But back to what I was saying, if you guys didn't know, I gave you guys a free signal by USD ZAR. That's not going to be posted in any of the group chats. That's exclusively for you guys for popping up on this session because I haven't seen you guys in so long. Y'all get a free signal as soon as you get up in this thing, okay? Buy USD ZAR, determine your own stop loss and take profit because I do not know you guys' accounts, okay? But for sure, I gave y'all a signal. I want you guys to be as successful as possible, all right? So we're actually gonna go back to USD ZAR right now. Gonna go ahead and get things popping and show you guys what it do when it comes to ICHIMOKU. Yes, USD ZAR is a very volatile pair. It's an exotic. So you guys, excuse me, be careful because of the fact of it's an exotic pair. It's just as volatile as a GBP pair, if not more volatile, but it pays out very, very well. Like I said, Get in at your own risk, determine your own take profit and stop loss. I want to say this because this is a very volatile pair, like I was saying before. But let's get it popping. Somebody in the chat, tell me what they know about Ichimoku. I want to gauge my audience. Somebody in the chat, tell me what you know about Ichimoku. Yes, it does mean at one glance. It does tell you the trend. It does not have multiple indicators. TK cross, okay. Bet. It can help you find support and resistance. That's very, very important. To me, that might be the most important thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you guys. What I'm gonna do is isolate every part of the indicator. This is one indicator for you guys that don't know. This is one indicator. You see 4 different parts. This doesn't mean it's 4 different indicators, okay? This is one indicator, but it has 4 different parts to it. So, for people who don't know, Ichimoku is a Japanese indicator, right? By Hosoda. By Hosoda. I can't remember his first name, but Hosoda made the indicator. It's been back tested for over 30 years. It means at one glance, right? That's what Ichimoku cloud means. It means at one glance. So that means at one glance, you should be able to know where you are in the market. Gochi Hosoda. That's his whole name. Gochi Hosoda. Right? That means you should know where you are in the market at all times as soon as you look at the market. As soon as you look at it. You should know what trend you're in, what to do, when to buy, when to sell, and etc. Right? And I want to break this down for you guys because I know you guys get on the SK5 sessions and you guys don't really get broken down in depth of what does Ichimoku consist of, what it does, right? So as simple as possible, right? Let me go ahead and isolate and just show only the cloud for you guys, right? Because I want you guys to really understand how important this indicator is. So as you can see, right, you see the cloud. What's behind price is the cloud, right? Let me go ahead and show you this. What's behind here, this is the cloud. What's going on and off is the actual cloud, right? The cloud is the GOAT, right? You don't really want to trade when the candles are in each one cloud. All right. So whenever price is below the cloud, you see price is below this, is below the cloud. That means you're in a downtrend. You should only be taking sales. I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm saying right now. When price is below the cloud, that means you're in a downtrend. I mean, I could draw a whole trend line and show you guys. This means you're in a downtrend, and that means you should only be taking sales. You should only be taking sales. And as you see here, price is starting to be above the cloud, right? When price is above the cloud, as you see here, let's go to a true uptrend. You see how price here? That means you should only be taking buys and you're in an uptrend. That's what that means. When price is above the cloud, you're in an uptrend. You should only be taking buys. When price is below the cloud, you're in a downtrend and you should only be taking sells. When price is inside the cloud, that means you're in consolidation. And that means you shouldn't be trading at all when price is inside of the cloud. Let me repeat that. When price is in the cloud, that means you should not be trading at all. That means it's consolidating. If I were to draw support and resistance here, you can see that price was in a consolidating phase here. And then it broke out. Retested it and then went up. Price was above the cloud. Then it came back, retested it and went down. Retested it again and went down. Retested it again and went down. I really want you guys to understand how important the cloud is. Great question, Emily. Have you not changed the settings of ICHIMOKU? It is default. It is default. And let me show you guys how to actually put the indicator on. So I'm on TradingView, right? So this is what the market looks like with no indicators. No indicators at all. So to add ICHIMOKU to your chart, you go to where it says indicators with a squiggly plus sign, right? Click indicators, go to click built-ins, and type in ICHIMOKU. It should be the first one that pops up. You can even favorite it if you want to, under favorites. All right, go to ICHIMOKU, and boom, it's on your chart. Settings are default. I don't change anything. The lines are automatically on there. What I did is I went to settings. I double-clicked the indicator, went to style, and unclicked everything but the cloud. That's what I did. That's the only thing that you need to worry about. You can use ICHIMOKU in MetaTrader 4. It's on your phone. It's one of the most popular indicators and probably the best system when it comes to trading out there at this moment. It's on your MetaTrader 4. Type in ICHIMOKU. It's on your phone. It's on there. So, price, when price is above the cloud, you're taking buys. When price below the cloud, you're taking sells. When price is inside the cloud, you're not taking anything. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. I unclicked everything but the cloud. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Perfect. Perfect. So let's break it down even further, right? Let's break it down even further. Let's look at the cloud. Let's look at these flat lines here. These flat lines on the cloud play as support and resistance levels. So let's break it down even further, right? We took a trade, right? We took a trade here. Our next flat line, if you want to take, let's say for all our scalpers, right? Our next flat line is here, which means that could be our take profit. I want everybody to understand what I'm saying. These flat lines are your support and resistance levels, and could be, and if you use this correctly, and will be your TPs. And you can watch how price always comes and retests these areas multiple times. This is how important the cloud is. These lines right here, you can even put regular lines on them. These play as support and resistance levels. Look at these flat lines on the cloud. Excuse me. Look at these flat lines on the cloud. These play as your support and resistance. You could say price can come up here, right? Price can come up here, retest this flat line, go up, retest this flat line, go up, retest this flat line, right? And keep going. Or it can come up to this flat line and drop, because that is a resistance level, right? That is the resistance level. These flat lines happen on every color, green and red. If I go on an uptrend, right? See how we're in an uptrend and you have this flat line? You have this flat line. You have this flat line. Price never came to it till it broke it, came up and retested this area and dropped. Mind you, right? The cloud is 26 bars ahead of price. Okay? That means technically it could predict the future. Right? You see how it's 26 bars? When this candle closes, then the next cloud will form. You could technically say that, oh, well, if it's green, I should be looking for buys. Because you should, because if it's above the cloud and it's green, then you should be looking for buys. Why is it that we took this trade? And why is it that we're starting to be in profit? Right? Take any trades here because it's inside of the cloud. Plus it's consolidating. Okay? Look at the cloud for your support and resistance levels. It'll save your entire life when it comes to trading. Never trade when price is at a support and resistance level. So, for example, I'll give you an example. Here, I'm not going to take this buy because it could reverse, which it did. I'm not about to take this buy just because price began to tip to be above the cloud, because of the fact that we're at this resistance level. And guess what happened? We dropped. But also pay attention to what else is going on. We're below the cloud. Okay? We're below the cloud. We're below the cloud. When you're below the cloud, you're only taking sells. When you're above the cloud, you're only taking buys. Remember this. Remember this. This will save your trading. You got where you are in the market, this will tell you where you are in the market. Just look at the cloud. Look where price is in comparison to the cloud. And we're below the cloud, meaning that, okay, well, I'm only going to be taking sales. We're above the cloud. We're starting to, meaning that, okay, that means I should be taking buys. Only sales and only buys. I don't get, oh, well, let me buy this pullback. No. You want 70% of the move or you want 30% of the move? You want to risk more of your account catching this, or you don't want to risk really anything of your account and catch this? Let me know. Because I want this, not this. Okay? That's why the cloud is so important, because it tells you what to sell. It tells you what only to sell. So let's go ahead and add the lagging span on. The lagging span, I have the color is purple. I'm gonna make it white actually for you guys to see. I'm gonna make it white for you guys to see. But I have it as purple. The lagging span is probably one of the most important parts of the indicator when it comes to trend and reversals. I'm sorry, not trend, reversals. Put this in layman's terms. Every time the lagging span breaks out of the cloud, you get a reversal and a change of trend. Every single time the lagging span breaks out of the cloud, you get a change in trend. You get a change in trend. You get a change in trend. What could you do if you had an indicator that told you when the reversal was going to happen? Because this is what this lagging span does. This lagging span tells you when the reversal pattern is happening. The white line is called the lagging span. No, the lagging span is not an indicator on its own. There's 4 parts of the indicator ICHIMOKU. There's 4 parts of ICHIMOKU. We have the lagging span, and we just went over the cloud. Then we have 2 more parts of it. It's not an indicator on its own. The lagging span tells you when price is going to reverse. It's only used for reversals. I mean, like, how would you feel if something told you when a reversal was going to happen? Put a 2 in the chat if you want somebody to tell you when a reversal is going to happen. Like, let's put this on the 4 hour. Let's put this on the 4 hour. Let's look at every single time this broke out of the cloud. It broke out of the cloud here, broke out of the cloud here, broke out of the cloud here, broke out of the cloud here. And every time it broke out of the cloud, what did it do? It reversed. It reversed. It reversed. It reversed. Like, how would you not want that? Look at this. When the lagging span broke out of the cloud, you could have caught this whole move. This whole up move. What I mean by break of the cloud is this white line Cedric, look at this white line. The red and green lines and stuff in shaded area is the cloud. This white line right here, it broke out of this red shaded area. It broke out of it. I'm gonna actually make this purple so I won't confuse you guys. This purple line broke out of this red shaded area. That's counted as a lag. That's counted as a breakout. It broke out of it. It broke out of it. That's what you're looking for. Look at this. The lagging span broke out of this green shaded area. So a reversal happened. You could have held this whole move. You could have held this entire move. I'm really trying to get you guys to understand what I mean. This lagging span is the GOAT. Why do you think we use it in SK5? It's the GOAT for a reason. Yes, the lagging span is the biggest signal for ICHIMOKU. It's the biggest trading signal for you to win trades and catch long moves. Picture having one position here on USD ZAR and you caught 14,000 pips. I'm trying to tell you, exotic pairs pay out very well. Like, let's do this on a Great Britain pound pair. Actually, let's do this. Let's see. Let's do it on Euro AUD. Let's break it down. Let's break it down where you guys understand pips, right? When this lagging span broke out of this cloud, you caught 618 pips. Really could have caught 670 if you really want to count that way. Put a 1 in the chat if you need 620 pips right now. $620 pips were on the 4 hour. Now, mind you, it took you 9 days to catch 620 pips. Who would be upset with 612 pips in a week? 612 pips in a week. You guys are used to the small scalping. This is a week. For the let's just think about it. For the scalpers out here, how many times can you scalp 20 pips on 620? How many times? Let's do the math. 620 pips divided by 20. You scalped this 31 times. You know how much your account would increase with 20 pips over and 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 over again? All from one part, only from one part of the indicator? We hadn't even gone through the others. You get out whenever you want to. You stop whenever you want to. Like, let's be real. When it comes to trading, you're never going to catch all of this move. Your goal as a trader is to catch a chunk of it. Like, your goal is to catch a chunk of it. What happens if you caught 400? Who would be upset with 400 pips? Put a 2 in the chat if you're mad that you would catch 400 pips. Put a 3 in the chat if you'd be happy to catch 200 pips. I really want you guys to understand that this lagging span right here can change your life. Now let's break down the other ones, right? Let's break down the baseline. Now the baseline. Yes, Danny, yes. I'm sorry. The lagging span is 26 bars behind. The cloud is 26 bars ahead. Correct. So the reason why the indicator is so powerful, let's bring back the lagging span. The reason why these two components are so important is you get extra confirmation, right? Just because price is above the cloud isn't enough. But if you get something that's 26 bars behind to also tell you that this is going in the direction that it's supposed to go in, that's even more powerful for you to take the trade. We already have something telling us the future, but we also have something telling us that the past is confirming that this is the correct trend and the correct way to go. You have the future and the past in one indicator. right? You have the future and the past in one indicator. Right? So let's check off the lagging span and put on the baseline. Right? The baseline is the most important part of the entire indicator. The most important part of the entire indicator. And explain why. Right? You see how price stays below this red line? Stays below this baseline? And look at the flat areas of the baseline. Not only does it tell you your support and resistance, but it also respects it. It also respects it. Also, this is my favorite part. The best part of this indicator is it tells you the difference between a pullback and a retracement. Let me repeat that. I don't think you guys understand what I'm saying. The baseline tells you the difference between a pullback and a retracement. Let me show you, right? You see how price is respecting this baseline, staying below it? We're in a downtrend, right? So somebody in the chat, tell me what other direction we can go in if we're in a downtrend. Up, down, sideways. Tell me what other direction. The other direction is up. If we're down, the other direction we have to go in is up. The only direction if you're going down is up. And for people who said sideways, you have to go up and form, you have to go up before you go sideways. Sideways is movements of ups and downs in the market. If we're already down, we have to go up. That's the only other direction we can go in, is up. So let me tell you this, right? This is a pullback. Anything below this baseline is a pullback. When price closes above the baseline, let me make sure you guys catch what I'm saying right now. When price closes above the baseline is when it is considered a retracement. When price closes above the baseline or below it, and I'm going to show you that one. When price closes above or below the baseline, it is considered a retracement. Let me show you in an uptrend, right? Price is above the baseline. These are all pullbacks here. This is a pullback. This is a pullback. This is a retracement because price closed below the red baseline. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Put a 2 in the chat if it doesn't. Okay, Abby. Let me explain this to you simply. We are up. We're above the cloud. Everybody answer these questions for me. If we're above the cloud, what should we be taking? Buys, right? The red line plays as your support and resistance. As long as price stays above this baseline, you could continue to stay in this trade. As long as price stays above or below the baseline in an uptrend, below the baseline in a downtrend, right? As long as price stays below this baseline, you can stay in the trend. You can stay in the trade. As soon as price closes above the baseline or below the baseline, that is considered a retracement, and that is considered an exit. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Put a 2 in the chat if it doesn't. Good. Latrice, put in the chat what you don't get. Actually, let's do something better. Let's do something better. Latrice, I'm gonna allow you to speak. Ask me a question on here. Is it, where is it? Boom. Latrice, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Tell me, let me know what you need help with.
I can't see the exits.
The exit?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see this white circle?
Yes.
Do you see that blue candle right there?
Yes.
That's your exit. When price goes above.
But why is it the exit? Why is it that candle?
Because it closed above the baseline, the red line.
Oh, okay. Now that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If it closed above the red line is called the baseline?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's called the baseline. So as long as price stays below this baseline, this red line, you can stay in the trade. As soon as price closes above the red line is when you would get out of the trade. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who else has a question? Put a 2 in the chat if you need to ask a question. All right, Tom, I don't want to butcher your name. Tanja, I don't want to butcher it. I'm gonna allow you to speak. I'm gonna click it so you can speak. Tanja, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's Tanya.
Tanya, I'm so sorry. I don't even.
No problem. No problem. So I had a question on the lagging span.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if you want to interrupt now or just wait till the end.
No. I can go back to it.
Okay. So when you said that when the lagging span crosses the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just not. So when it crosses up above the cloud, we should get in a buy, but wouldn't I be in a buy already because of the candles?
So
like why do I need that lagging span to tell me?
The lagging span is telling you when the reversal is happening, not telling you when to buy.
Okay.
So anytime, anytime the lagging span crosses, breaks out of the cloud, it's telling you that a reversal is occurring. The lagging span is only used for reversals.
Okay, so where that white
circle
is,
mm-hmm.
If I was going by the candles, I wouldn't have known that it's getting ready to reverse based on the pattern I'm seeing. But
Correct.
because of that, okay, I got it.
Correct. This lagging span told you, hey, I'm just letting you know that a reversal is coming.
Right. I wouldn't know that until 26 candles later. Okay, got it.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
So they're all lagging indicators. Every indicator is lagging. So you're never going to have a perfect immediate entry when you know, okay, I know because this candle went up that it's going up into a huge trend. You'll never know that. You can never predict price that heavily to say, oh, well, I know this is going to go in that direction. You always need some form of assistance, no matter what.
So I see there a bullish engulfing candle, but it's also right underneath that circle. So it's just like confluence, another confirmation.
Correct. That's the whole point of trading, is to get
Okay.
3 to 5 confluences to tell you that you're going in this direction.
All right. I get it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right, make sure I'm not missing anybody. That's a lot of twos. I'm only go with GT, you the last one for the moment, because I want to get through this indicator. I'm about to get you to allow you to talk. GT, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right, perfect. What's your question, brother?
Right. So actually, she just made me kind of adopt as well, like Tonya. So basically, on the well, you got that circle, like the white circle over there. So it's like she said that obviously that breaks out of the cloud, so means that we're gonna have a buy, right? We should buy actually, right? But we only know that after 26 bars after. So should we like buy there in that exactly where it is, if we can, obviously if we catch that, and then obviously we need to hold the position until we get like the pips that we want, because it might go down a little bit, because from what I've seen, it goes inside the cloud as well after, right? Or not?
Let's check. 26. Nope. So this candle right here is your 26. This candle is where this broke out of the cloud.
So if I buy there, is already buy. So it does. So maybe I'm getting confused. Maybe because there's a few candles there inside of the cloud.
So you're not buying as soon as the lagging span breaks out of the cloud. You're just. It's like it's like an awareness. It's saying, hey, a reversal is coming. You should be looking for your rules
for the buy. Looking for the not buy. Like. I see.
I haven't gone through the actual signal yet for you to know when to buy yet. So I don't want you to get too far ahead of yourself. I just want you guys to know the different components and to know what each component of the indicator shows you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the lagging span is just there for you to awareness, saying, hey, we're about to reverse. I think you should, look out for your rules to follow for you to enter into the trade. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm about to go ahead and continue. So I'm muting.
Yeah, sure. Nice one. Cheers. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, cool. All right, so back to the baseline, right? The baseline, like I said, I want everybody to write this down. When price closes below or above the baseline, that's your indication to exit the trade, and that also tells you that it's a retracement. Put it in simpler terms, when price closes above or below the baseline, it equals retracement and exit. Boom. And the baseline plays as support and resistance. I really want you guys to understand, like, this is insane. The baseline is like the all father of this actual indicator. I'm going to show you, Nell Thompson, what the baseline can actually do when it comes to entries. But not all the time does it mean it is an entry. I haven't gotten to the signals yet, so I'm going to definitely break it down. So let's go ahead and go over the conversion line, right? And on your MetaTrader 4, right, the baseline on your MetaTrader 4 is called Kijinsen. The conversion line on here is called Tenkan-sen. right? These are, remember, this is a Japanese indicator. So on your MetaTrader 4, it's going to be something called, it's going to be called something a little different, right? So I really want you guys to understand that it's a little bit different on your phone. So look at this green line. Yeah, for sure. I'll type it out for you. So conversion line equals Tinkinson. Ooh, chill. Baseline equals Kijinson. Oh, not Cajun. I'm weak. Kijinson. All right, so everybody look at this conversion line, right? And before I actually do that, the baseline is actually 52. Think of these conversion and the Kijinson as it's like a moving average, but it's a little bit different, right? If I were to put a regular, oops, sorry about that. If I were to put like a regular EMA up here, right? You see how this EMA looks different from this, this moving average looks different from these moving averages. These moving averages have a lot more flats, have a lot more flat lining in them, meaning that there's a lot more ways that you can trade this. It gives you a lot more, gives you more comfortability when it comes to actually holding your trades. The thing is that, you know, okay, when it retests this baseline, right? It has there's only two options. Either it can break the baseline or it can retest it and continue up, which it did. Retest, continue up, retest, continue up. All it's doing is riding on this Kijinson over and over and over and over again, right? It's different from this moving average. So this conversion line, like, pay attention to this conversion line, because this conversion line is also your trigger line, right? It plays as your trigger line, because look at how this conversion line is closer to price, because this conversion line is a 9 period, right? The baseline is 26. This is 9. The conversion line is 9. The Kijinson, which is the baseline, is 26. Because what the conversion line does is it plays as your trigger line. Every time you get a cross on your baseline, a big move happens. Not as big as the lagging span, but a big move happens, right? A big move happens. Yes, this will be on my YouTube channel, you guys. You don't have to worry. This will be recorded. So let's watch this, right? This green line, right? This green line, as soon as it crosses over on this red line, this is called a TK cross, right? This is called a TK cross. Every time the green line crosses on the red line, there's a big move that happens. Cross down, cross up, big move. Cross down, cross up. Now, it didn't make a big move because now you had a retracement, right? But you had a bigger cross down, then you had a huge cross up, right? As soon on the sell, you have a cross up and then a cross down, right? You gotta understand that these are your TK crosses. And let me break it down for you even more. Let's say, because I'm gonna now put everything on here. Let's say you missed the initial move, right? Let's say you missed the initial move of this indicator and you need another way to get in. Well, your another way to get in is when this TK cross happens. Remember, you're in an uptrend. Price is above the cloud. So that means when your Kijinson should cross down and then cross back up. Think about it, right? When you're in a impulsive move, right, you always have pullbacks. This pullback is when this conversion line pulls back and crosses down on the baseline. Then you have your move up. That move up is when the conversion line crosses back up on the baseline, right? I really want you guys to understand, because I want you guys to understand how the market moves, right? How the market moves. The market moves just like this in waves, right? And in order for this low to occur, it has to break this low, right? In order for this low to occur, it has to break this low. This is called a break of structure. And I'm breaking this down for in the basics, right? Because we're going to get to the signals next. This is now an uptrend, right? In order for this high to be created, it has to break this high. In order for this high to be created, it has to break this high. In order for this high to be created, it had to break this high. That's all the market does. That's all the market does. The conversion line is just telling you when this pullback is occurring for you to get back in. It's just telling you this pullback before you get back in. Because all it's doing is this. This is the conversion line. This is all the conversion line is doing. This is all that is doing. It's just following price, right? Then you have the baseline. This is all it's doing. It's just following price. That was probably a terrible description. We're just going to go with the conversion. But this is all that it's doing. I want you guys to really understand how the market works, because this is how you get into the signals. Who's ready to learn how to take a signal and become a signal instead of becoming a signal taker? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to become a signal. Because I want you guys to become the signal now. This is how I first started trading. I became the signal, not the signal taker. I'm about to show you how to become the signal, right? All right, so this is the first rule. I want everybody to put a 1 in the chat when you finished writing this rule, right? When you finish writing this rule. Rule number 1. Actually, this is called a Kumo breakout. Kumo equals cloud. Kumo is cloud in Japanese. Okay. Rule number 1. Price needs to break out of the cloud. Rule number 2. Lagging span needs to break out of the cloud. And rule number 3, you need a break of structure. I'm sorry. Put a 7 in the chat when you finish typing this. Put a 7 in the chat when you finish typing this. Rule number 1, price needs to break out of the cloud. Rule number 2, lagging span needs to break out of the cloud. Rule number 3, you need a break of structure. Perfect, 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 perfect. All right, so let's go over this. Let's go over this first signal, right? Let's back test this. That's all we need to do is back test it. All right, so in the chat, you guys, tell me what rule number 1 is. Tell me what rule number 1 is in the chat. Correct. Price needs to break out of the cloud. So let's watch when price breaks out of the cloud. Boom. Ooh. Price broke out of the cloud here. Price broke out of the cloud here. I want you guys to really see this. Price broke out of the cloud here. Put a 2 in the chat if you can see price breaking out of the cloud here. In the chat, tell me what the second rule is. Great, great, great. Price needs to break out of the cloud. So I'm going to actually make this white, this light and span white, so you guys can see it, because obviously you can't see that. So when price breaks out of the cloud, let's watch this. Boom. Price broke out of the cloud here. Put a 3 in the chat if we've successfully gotten 1 and 2 of the rules down. Somebody tell me what's the third rule? Break a structure. Did we get a break of structure? Yes or no? Did we get a break of structure? Yes or no? No, we didn't. Our break is, remember we have to break in order for us to get this successful signal. It has to break this high. And I want you guys to really understand, in order for you to know that a successful high has been broken, it has to break the wick. In order for you to know that it fully broke that high, it has to break the wick. If it does not break the wick, then it's called rejection. If it has not broke the wick, it is called rejection. We still haven't gotten to break a structure yet. Still haven't gotten to break a structure yet. We're waiting on that break of structure. Boom. We got the break of structure. In the chat, do we take the trade? Do we take the trade? You guys tell me in the chat, do we take the trade? Did it meet all of our 3 rules? Yes, it did. We got the lagging span to break out, price broke out, and we got the break of structure. That's what we got. That's what we got. We about to find out. Trust me. But I want to tell you guys where you put your stop loss and everything. Yes, Chrisman, ask me a question. Put it in the chat. So this was our entry. Where we put our stop is we put our stop below the cloud. Mind you, run the 4 hour, so our stop loss is going to be bigger. But this would be our stop loss. This is called a calculated stop loss. Our stop loss is always below the cloud. This is our entry. This is our stop loss. It's below the cloud. You get in when it follows your rules. That's how you know when to get in. It follows your rules, you get in. This is a buy signal. The candle must close. Correct. The candle closed. This can be used on any pair. Okay, I'm glad you asked that question, Latrice. I'm sorry, not Latrice. Who asked that question? Jay Khan. When you're trading Ichimoku, whatever your favorite time frame is the only time frame that you take the trade. So if I trade mainly on the 1 hour, then I'm only going to be taking 1 hour Ichimoku signals. I'm not going to be taking 4 hour, 3 hour, 6 hour, 8 hour, 5 minute. I'm only going to stick to that time frame that I want to enter on. Only that time frame. Because let's look at this. We entered after the candle closed. Our stop loss is below the cloud. Let's follow our rules. Let's see how this played out. This is a winning trade. This is what you call a winning trade. Stop loss is placed above or below the cloud. So our entry was here. Stop loss was around 200 pips, but we won 300 pips. We won 300 pips. We had drawdown, but within roughly 23 days, we received 300 pips. Your account, JCon, your account can withstand that. What that means is that you're over leveraging. Let's say you have $100. Let's say you have $50 in your account. Or $100. Let's use $100 actually. Let's say you have $100 in your account. This drawdown was 136 pips. That means you're only using a 0.01, and that means that your drawdown was $13. Your drawdown was $13, but you caught 30. Your drawdown was $13, but you caught 30. It's not the drawdown you can't handle. It's your mindset that you can't handle. You have to break it down. You take one position and caught $30. $30. We're not even talking about the multiple positions on the other rule that I was about to tell you. Yes, they take their swap fees. There's fees for when you hold things overnight or over the weekend. But think about it. If you made $30 and they took out $2, would you be upset? No. Because that's how the swap fees work. The only time you should worry about swap fees is when you get in at the wrong time. When you get in, like, let's give an example. The only time you worry about the swap fees is if you get in on this buy, you're holding this buy, it drops down on you, you're holding it over the weekend, and it also hits you with the swap fee. So not only are you in major drawdown and in the wrong direction, You got the best entry in the wrong direction, but you also got the best swap fee too. Or I'm really the worst swap fee. That's the only time you should worry about the swap fees. You guys have to literally think about how you're trading. 130 pips isn't really a lot because you're only using 1% of your account. If you have $100 or even $50 in your account and you won this trade, that $50 is now $80. You only had $13 worth of drawdown. You guys have to really like think about how you're trading. Because that 13, yeah, you would have probably been down, what, 37 if you lost the trade? But you are now up 80. That 50 jumped to 80. So there's no reason for you guys to stress over drawdown. The reason why you stress over drawdown is because you're over leveraging your account. Or you mentally can't handle drawdown because it's your real money. You guys have to get out of the mindset of being unconsciously incompetent and making sure that you're consciously competent. Meaning that you consciously are making your trades win. Because you have confidence in yourself to say, you know what, this trade followed my rules. I'm just gonna sit here and wait and just let it follow through. You got like when in a week, somebody put in the chat, in a week, how many trades do you take in a week? Put in the chat, how many trades do you guys take in a week? How many trades? Everybody put in the chat how many trades they put. Be honest. There's nothing wrong with. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna like talk about y'all. I did it too. 30, 5, 10, 24, too many. 3 to 4, no lie, 30. You know how many trades I take? 2. I say no. I'll say 3 or 4. 3 or 4 if it's like really, really good setups. Like this week, I took 4. You guys should be fine with 3 or 4 trades in a week. Scalping is a little bit different. But even if you're scalping, you should be. I mean, really, with the scalp, when you're scalping, you should be taking a trade a day. A trade a day. That's really how scalpers should actually trade. You should really be taking a trade a day, because with scalpers, your whole point is to compound your account. But the thing is, scalpers is trying to compound their account in such a short amount of time. Growth doesn't happen overnight. Growth happens long term. So if you take a trade a day, like you guys hear the term, take a trade a day, we'll get the bills away. We'll remove all your bills. It will if you actually listen to the rule. Take a trade a day. I don't even take a trade every day. I take like at most 3 to 4 a week. If I take more than 3 or 4 trades a week, I'm being greedy. And 9 times out of 10, I would probably be revenge trading. Because I'm a swing trader. I hold my trades. I take trades on the 1 hour and 4 hour on a regular. I'm patient. You guys have to be patient because you have to have confidence in yourself as well as in your strategy. And that's what I'm showing you guys. This entry, yes, you are in this 136 pip drawdown. Your stop loss is down here, but it never hit your stop loss. It never hit your stop loss. And I'm going to show you guys, and I'm glad you asked that, Aaron, because I'm going to show you guys what I mean by, I'm going to take this off. Show you guys what I mean by breaks of structure. Actually, we're going to break it down even more. Actually, no, we'll show the line chart. Everybody look at this line chart. Look at this line chart. Look at how price is moving up, down, up, down, up, down. Look at these breaks of structures. Break of structure here, break of structure here. Right? Now I'm going to put this back. These are your break of structures, you guys. These are the levels that need to be broken. Because in order for an uptrend to occur, you have to break highs. These are the only recent highs that you have. But your rules have to follow first. Right? Like price broke out of the cloud here. Lagging span broke out of the cloud here, which means now because the lagging span broke out of the cloud here, your candle is, this is your current candle. Look, let's break it down. I'm literally replaying this for you guys. This is your current candle. This is what lagging span is. Current candle, lagging span. Broke out of the cloud. They both broke out of the cloud. The only levels you're waiting for it to hit and to break are these three levels. Technically, you could have gotten in trade right now because you had your break of structure down here. Your rules are already followed. But you have to understand you're at a resistance level. You don't trade at a resistance level or support. So you have to wait for these levels, these two levels to be broken in order for you to enter. Yes, you followed your rules, but you also have to follow market structure. You don't trade at a support and resistance level. So this level has to be broken. Boom. It broke through all of these levels that needed to break. The reason why you don't take a trade at a resistance or support level is because it can reverse on you. Think about it, right? Let's take this off. Let's just go ahead and break down. Let's go through a consolidating period, right? This is a consolidating period right here. How many times has price reversed without closing below a wick? Right? It closed here, but it faked you out. Fake outs happen when it comes to breakouts. Closed above here, but it faked you out. It faked you out twice. Right? But look at this. You had a break of structure, but you're still at a support level. This whole area is a support level because of the multiple touches that you have. Correct, Aaron. The baseline is a support and resistance level, but it's not that type of support and resistance level where you're waiting for that level to break. You're waiting to break structure from price, not from the red line. From price, not the red line. Like, let's break it down, right? All these areas are where price needs to break in order for it to continue on an uptrend. These are your levels of resistance. All these are levels of resistance. Like, let's just put lines here for you to understand. Watch how price reacts at these levels. Let's watch price. Boom. See how I wicked exactly on this support? Wicked literally on this support before dropping. See how I retested that support or that resistance now? Support turned resistance. Right? Boom. We're breaking through, we're breaking through, we're breaking through. Look how price is sitting exactly on these levels. Sitting exactly on these levels. Retesting it all day, every day. Look how it hit. It didn't even like stop here. It hit directly on this next resistance. This line that we just put in. It hit exactly on that. Look how it's trying to retest this support. And then it shoots up and blows through all these resistance levels, but then comes down and retests every single one of them. This is how important it is when it comes to breaking structure, because they are going to literally play at these levels. That's why breaks of structure is so important, because in order for you to enter into a trade, you have to break these levels. These levels of support and resistance are played with and retested all over the place. So if you trade at a resistance level or at a support level, it's just going to keep retesting it over and over and over again before it actually breaks out. So why not get away from the retesting and an unnecessary drawdown and just wait for it to actually break that level? Then you're in less drawdown than you should be. The reason why this was major drawdown is because of this huge candle that bursted up. If this candle didn't burst, you wouldn't have this huge drawdown. Look, let's go through another lagging span trade, like a Kumo breakout. Let's go through another Kumo breakout. Boom. Somebody in the chat, tell me what the first rule is. In the chat, tell me what the first rule is in the Kumo breakout. Correct. Price needs to break out of the cloud. Price broke out of the cloud here. Let's replay this. Price broke out of the cloud here. What's the second rule, you guys? Tell me what the second rule is in the chat. Correct. Lagging span needs to break out of the cloud. So let's look at this white line. Pay attention to this white line. We're not out of the cloud yet. Yes, price is still moving, but we haven't even dropped. Ooh, now we have price out of the cloud. It's actually, I don't even need to draw another circle because it's in the same circle as where price is. Lagging span has now broken out of the cloud. Price has now broken out of the cloud. Now the question now is, what structure needs to be broken? We're currently here. This is where price is now. So our recent areas to break is here. Our recent area to break, which is our support, is here. We're not looking for buys anymore. Look at where price came to. It came into the cloud. When price comes into the cloud, now you're looking to see where price is going to go. Is price going to continue up or is it going to continue down? In this case, when I saw lagging span starting to break out of the cloud, my buying bias, my buying momentum that I'm looking for is no longer needed. I'm only looking now to see if price is going to go down and break this structure. Now, if it doesn't break this structure and continue going up, then I'm like, okay, well, now the only other area for it to break is here, is this high. But that's a lot. That's a lot of movement. Like from here to here is around 540 pips. I doubt price is going to want to go all the way back up 540 pips. I'm pretty sure we're going to get this drop. Put a 1 in the chat if this makes sense. Put a 2 in the chat if it doesn't. Why that high? That high is the recent high. This is the recent high. So let's see if the cloud is 26 candles beyond current price. How do you know if it's forecasting a downtrend or uptrend? You don't know if it's forecasting or going to go up or down until your rules follow. Does that make sense? I don't know for sure that this is going to drop until I get all 3 of my rules to follow, which means it needs to break structure on this last rule. What this cloud does, even though it's 26 bars ahead, it just tells me that as long as I'm below or above the cloud, I'm in an uptrend or a downtrend. That's what the cloud's for. So just tell me if I'm in an uptrend or a downtrend. The predicting part is not needed. I don't need to predict what price is going to do because I can't predict what price is going to do. The only thing I'm doing is looking if I'm in a downtrend or if I'm in an uptrend. The 26 bars and the technical stuff is just for you to know, so you'll know the settings. Not for you to try to guess, oh, if it's 26 bars, that means 26 candles from now. It's gonna, no. It doesn't mean all that. Yes, whichever way it breaks, so whichever way price breaks is the trend, correct. So it would need to break above the wick, correct? Yes, it needs to break above this wick in order for me to enter into a buy. It needs to break below this wick in order for me to enter into a sell. Right now, we don't know anything. Right now, it could enter into a sell. We're not sure. So let's watch price. Boom. Ooh. We didn't break the wick. We did not close. The body of the candle did not close below this wick. So we don't know anything yet. Boom. Now we closed. Now this candle officially closed. Do we enter? Yes or no? Yes, we enter. We do. Our entry is here. Our stop loss is above the cloud. That's 300 something pips. Or you could put it, above the high or low. Stop loss is always above highs and lows as well. But calculated wise, put it above the cloud. Stop loss is there. Somebody in the chat, guess how many pips we made. Yes, fractals do. Somebody in the chat, tell me how many pips you think we made off this trade. Somebody say 500 plus. Let's see. 500. Let's see what's going on. I don't think we had any drawdown. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a great thing. No drawdown, and we winning. Let's see how many pips this was. Who said 250? You were the closest. 240. 240 pips. That's how much we made off that trade. But let's say we put our stop loss above the high and low. That's pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio right there. And it never even hit that. Never even hit this. So let's break it down even simpler. How about we just keep our stop losses above the recent high and low? How about we do that? Let's see how many times we win off a recent high and low. Let's back test this, right? Let's do this. First rule, price breaks out of the cloud. Let's replay this. Second rule, lagging span breaks out of the cloud. Boom. Third rule, break the structure. This high needs to be broken. This is our recent high. Let's see what happens. I'm not entering until it breaks that high. Boom, the high was broken. We're entering to the trade. We enter. Stop loss is below this low. That's our recent low. Around 100 pips. And it hit it. And it hit that low. We had a losing trade. But that's okay. Let's say our stop loss was below the cloud, which is down here around 300 pips. It has not hit our stop, and we are still in a winning trade. We won. I was just testing it out, GT. It's supposed to be below the cloud, but I was testing if I put it at a recent low, would it make a difference? That's what I was just doing. The right way is to put it below the cloud. Because think about it. If price goes below the cloud, what trend are we in? We're in a downtrend. That's why we put price below the cloud or above the cloud. Because if it goes in that direction, then we're obviously need to go in that direction because we're above or below the cloud. But let's say, right? Let's say we missed this initial move. Right? Let's say we missed this initial move. Your TP is your next support and resistance level. Let's say we missed the initial move. How do we enter mid-trend? Remember the TK crosses I was saying? The TK crosses is what makes it so you actually win a trade. So this is called the TK cross signal. Make sure you guys write this down because this is where things get confusing. We're only talking about an uptrend now. I'm going to break this down. Number one, green line, which is the conversion line, needs to cross down on the red line, then cross back up on the red line. That's number one. The second rule is the break of structure. That's it. Let me actually skip along. I want you guys to put a 7 in the chat if you got it written down. I'm going to explain what this is because I know it can be confusing. Green line needs to cross down on the red line, then cross back up on the red line, right? That's your first rule. Your second rule is you need a break of structure. No matter what, the break of structure is always your last rule. All right, cool. You guys got it. So let's go ahead and break it down. All right. Let's go ahead and break it down. This green line here, we missed this move. Let's say we missed this move, right? Let's say this move didn't happen and we missed it. We were busy, we were at work, we were doing something, and we missed this initial move. Now we have to wait. Now we have to wait for our second signal to trigger us into the trade. Remember, the green line is your trigger line. That's what tells you. That's the TK cross. That's what lets you get into these big moves, right? The green line crossed down on the red line here. Then it crossed back up the red line here. Excuse me. That was random. Then it crossed back up the red line here. Put a 1 in the chat if you see it. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't see it. Okay, let me zoom in more. Let me actually take this off. Look at this red line and the green line. I took everything else off but these crosses. This green line crossed down on this red line. Put a 1 in the chat if you see it. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't see it. Good. Now, this candle is covering this cross. So there's no way for me to like get around that. Maybe putting it on the line chart. Actually, it's actually what I'm doing it. I can't remember. Here it is. You see? You see this? You see this green line crossing up? Put a 1 in the chat if you see this crossing. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. Right? Cross, the green line crossed down on the red line, then it crossed back up on the red line. That's your signal for an uptrend. Remember, price moves in waves. You have an uptrend, you have a pullback, then you have another uptrend. These cross downs are your pullbacks. So our last rule, since we got these crosses, is a break of structure. Our recent wick, our recent high, is this area right there. After we receive this break of structure, and I'm gonna add everything back on now. After we got this break of structure here, that's our entry. We enter here, stop loss below the cloud, and we got a winning trade. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Put a 2 in the chat if it doesn't. The green and red lines are already on it. All you're looking for on an uptrend is for price to cross down on the red line and to cross back up on the red line and then break the structure. Remember, the market moves in waves. You have an uptrend, you have a pullback, you have another uptrend. Your job is to identify the pullback because that pullback is that green and red cross. Then all you're doing is waiting for this high to be broken for you to enter into this trade. Now, I do not change any of my settings. Everything is default. Yes, this will be on YouTube. So you guys, I know some of you guys might not be able to get it immediately. It took me several months to actually understand this 100%. Right? So you guys rewatch this over and over again. TK cross. Now we're talking about a downtrend. Okay? Number one, green line needs to cross up on the red line, then cross down on the red line, then cross down on the red line. Perfect. Then you need a break of structure. Put a 7 in the chat if you got this written down. My YouTube channel name is Markus Turner. Markus Turner. Put a 7 in the chat if you got this written down. I really want to make sure you guys understand what I'm saying right now. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go ahead and break this down. Now we're going to talk about a downtrend, right? And I'm going to do the exact same thing again so you guys can actually see what I'm looking at, see what I see. I'm putting my YouTube channel in the chat right now. All right, so this green line needs to cross up on the red line, then cross down on the red line. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see it. Put a 2 in the chat if you can. Perfect. This green line needs to cross up on the red line, then cross down on the red line. Right? That's what's going to give you the first part of the signal. The second part, you know, it's the easy part. Because the only thing you're looking for is a break of structure. Right? Let's break it down. Green line crossed up, so we got to cross up, cross down. It does this consistently. Cross up, cross down, break the structure. Let's see if we get the break of structure. Boom. Break of structure. Entry here. Stop loss above the cloud. Let's see how much money we made. Beautiful trade. $215 pips. Yes, this is the only way. This is not the only way. This is another position. But let's say you did miss out on the Kumo breakout. Now you have a way of getting back into the trade. But let's say you took the Kumo breakout and you took this. 2 entries. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Y'all don't even understand. Picture taking this on the daily, you guys. Think about how much money you'd make if you did this on the daily. My take profit is my next support and resistance level. No, I don't trade. I don't twin trade. Everything, I just put one position in. Just one position. I don't twin trade. Think about it. You're putting another position in, and now you have to manage two trades instead of one. Twin trading is, all you're doing is splitting the lot size. Why are you splitting the lot size when you could just put it in one and then only manage that one trade? You make the same amount of money. If anything, you're losing a little bit more because you're now having two spreads in swap fees to worry about instead of having one swap fee to worry about. That's the only downfall of having so many positions. Now you have a lot more fees, a lot more things to worry about. It's a lot more to manage. I like to just keep things simple, so I only have one position. The only time I add another position is when my rules happen and I have another position for my rules. If I have a TK cross, right? Anytime. This happens on any time frame. I can do this on the 1 minute. Don't do it on the 1 minute, but you can do this on the 1 minute. It's on any time frame. 15 minutes, doesn't even matter. But you guys also have to understand that the lower the time frame you go to, the more fake outs you have. That's why I only stay on the 1 hour and 4 hour, because I don't have a lot of fake outs. Really, the 4 hour is a secure time frame. The 1 hour, you can still get faked out from time to time. 4 hour, not so much. Daily, not so much. Does everybody understand ICHIMOKU? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand ICHIMOKU. Was this a good session for you? Did this help you out in your trading? The white line is called the lagging span. What's wrong with USDZAR? Oh, I'll show you guys my YouTube channel so you guys can see. Before I log off for today. This is my YouTube channel. It's called Markus Turner. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, yes, my IG. My IG is called Vinci Code. I don't have anything on my IG at the moment because I am rebranding myself as a full-fledged artist. So don't worry, I'll be coming out with some content very, very soon. I already have it on go. Like I said, that's my my Instagram. My YouTube is Markus Turner right here. You guys will see it. I already have videos up. So if you guys want to see my last sessions of how I trade, I have plenty of those up. They're about an hour or two long as well. So you'll be fine. I got some 5-10 minute videos in here showing you guys how I do top down analysis, how I enter into the trades. A lot of trading material, a lot of content out there for you guys so that you may become successful at trading, okay? What do you mean, GT? How did I learn all of this? From IML TV, from Go Live. from Go Live. Learned everything from Go Live. You guys always stop at the I Am Academy. You guys have to literally go beyond what they tell you to do. You have to go beyond what you're taught. Everything is on Go Live. Everything is on Go Live. Go through your I Am Academy, then go to Go Live. What instructor goes through ICHIMOKU? The person that I learned it from is no longer on Go Live. So really the only person who really teaches ICHIMOKU in depth right now is just me, to be honest with you. I've gone through every single instructor on Go Live, and none of them teaches it the way that I teach it. And I don't think there's really any person on there that that really teaches or has the same style of trading as me. So I don't think any instructor on Go Live knows it except me. But if you guys want me to go over ICHIMOKU, like just taking signals, I can post like a short video on how to actually just take the signals and boom and just make it simple if you want me to. But the mentors that I usually go to is, if you want to learn about charting on Go Live, go to Steven Silendor. If you want to learn about how to really trade for real, Spiller. That's the go. Spiller is the go. Think about it. Who makes millions of dollars a month with ease? Doesn't make any sense. Who makes it with ease like that? Also, you guys, we will be having a amazing event. I don't know if you guys know. I don't even think you guys are aware. We will be having an event. Not the London event. I'm going to be having a personal event. Myself and Queen Crypto will be having a personal event coming up. I'm going to let her tell it. I believe she's on right now. Yep, I'm going to let her speak for a second. And she is going to express everything. I'm going to mute myself so she can speak. Miss Queen Crypto, are you here? Are you alive?
I am here, honey. How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm so you can go ahead and speak.
Okay, fantastic. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Awesome, awesome. How many do we have on tonight? Excellent, excellent. Well, I am so excited that you guys are here, and I am so excited to announce where we're going to be going. It took some teeth pulling, but we made some changes. But I am so excited. So Marcus, can you go to the link? So if you want to join us in, Marcus, are you there yet, honey? Or did you give me control? Or do you want me to share my screen?
Where did you put that?
It's a pippin party, honey.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Okay, so you can pull the link up. Just go to the site.
Right here.
No, just go to the site, sweetie. That's not it. It's a pippinparty.com.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I didn't know that.
Okay, not the vision board. That's for the vision board. Okay. We're just so excited if you guys are here. We're excited because where we're going is going to blow your mind, where we're staying. We're going to be there for 4 full fantastic. When I say 4, I'm not talking like you're there just in the afternoon and you leave in the morning. We're there 4 full amazing days. We're going to be in this beautiful villa in Florida. You guys will have an opportunity to come on in. Marcus?
What's the website again?
It's ITSA Pipping Party.
Oh, I think it's
I know I was trying to do a autocorrect. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so this is the villa that we're going to be staying in. Marcus, if you can scroll down a little bit. Too far, too far, too far. Can you give me control of that, honey? Or I can't have control? Let's see. All right, so this is the house that we're going to be staying in. So I'm super duper excited. We're going to have 35 amazing guests with us. We already have some registrants. We're going to be there. We were going to have it in February, but we didn't want to interrupt because there were some people who really want to go. So the date will be changing. It's going to be March, April. And so, I'm sorry, it's going to be the end of April. And because we want to keep it where you guys can still have time, because there's a payment plan that goes with it. Because guys, this is not some rinky dink area. This is not, I want to show you guys an absolute great time. I want you guys to see where you can go, what you can do, some of the things that what trading can do to change your life. You're already seeing it for those who follow Spiller. You're seeing us, we're traveling around the world. We're gonna be in London. We just actually purchased our London tickets today. So, so we're really excited about that. So this is what trading can do for you if you allow it. You're gonna have an opportunity to stay on the property with us. You do have to be in the property, okay? It is in the property. You're gonna have an amazing, can you scroll down to some of, let's see here. Yeah, okay, so let me just describe this portion of it because I wanna make sure everybody sees this. So if we were gonna be there in February, but we're actually too far. I want to read the description part of the lodging. It's a big, beautiful villa, so it's 11,700 square feet. So there are king bedrooms with private baths. There are double bedrooms with private baths, and there are quads. We also have a dorm area as well. Meals will be included, of course, non-alcoholic, okay, beverages, snacks throughout the day. So we will have a chef that's going to be there. Actually, there will be 3 chefs there for us that day, around the clock, feeding us, and we're going to have game night. We're going to be dividing it up into teams. The Manna Musa team, which is the Manna Musa Gold, the Biddy, as you guys know, I'm Bitcoin, and the Pound Club, which is the Great British Pound. So we're going to be separating things up into teams. We're going to be trading around the clock. It's going to be so excited. I'm so excited. You guys have no idea how exciting this is going to be because it's all around trading, but it's going to be in a game format and it's going to be in a team format. And we're going to be golfing. We're going to be in the pool. We're going to be everything that you could possibly think of. It's going to be there. We're going to have an all white night. We're going to have our dinner night. It's just going to be absolutely fabulous, but it's all about trading. You're going to be able to receive gift bags as well. So there's going to be some amazing goodies in there that's going to be packed out for you guys. The weather would have been 73 to 76 at the time. It's actually going to be in the 80s, pushing 90s when we go. So if you like the summer and like the pool, there is 3 levels inside of the house. There are 3 separate kitchens, but you won't really need the other kitchen because we're going to have chefs there cooking for you around the clock. We are going to have, for those who are vegan, so we're going to have some vegan meals that's going to be available for you as well. I'm trying to think of what else is gonna, because this is really, it's really exciting. You guys have no idea. It is for 18 and above, so I apologize. No cute kitties are available to come at this event. No, you cannot stay on a separate property and come in because everybody's name has to be on the everyone that's attending, we have to turn all those names in because again, it is a private villa / resort. So like I said, I want to make sure that I showed you guys an amazing, amazing time. So does anybody have any questions? If you want to raise your hand, scroll down, Marcus, real quick. To the team building. I think I talked about the team. Scroll down a little bit more so you can see more pictures of the property. Does anybody, you'll have an opportunity. We'll put the link up because again, there is a different cost. You know what, Marcus, go to the rooms. Let me go ahead and explain this. Go to the rooms. I want to explain this because again, this is not some, whatchamacallit. So I want to make sure you guys understand. If you want to stay in a dorm area, the dorm area, everybody will have their own separate bed. It'll be about 16 people in there. So that's the co-ed. So you'll have beds and everything. If you want to stay in a double room, we have a double room. So if you want to be with a friend, if you want to be with yourself, if again, all of this includes your meals. If you want to be in the king size, with the full size, if it wants to be 3 of you in the room or 2 of you in the room, if you want just a room by yourself, remember these rooms have private baths, okay? They all have private baths. We do have quads, which are 4 beds. So all of that, again, includes the meals. There, Marcus, do me a favor, push on the 667 because I want them to see, it doesn't matter which room it is, that you can also put if you push the button on the left-hand side, it's called partially, okay? Partially. You're able to, bottom left, Marcus, bottom left. As a matter of fact, go to the other rooms. I want them to see the actual rooms and what the rooms look like, okay? I want them to see what the rooms look like. Go to the kings. Okay, that's fine. So this is what the doubles look like. These are some of the kings, what the kings look like. Yes, it's per person. Yes, now let me say this. If you are a couple, because we do have a married couple that's coming. So if you are a couple, the room is $1177. You just need to add on the meal. And the meal is $377. Because again, guys, this is not some, if you look at it and think about it for a second, and I want to make sure, because I add value, I always give value, okay? This includes your meals and your rooming, your lodging, okay? So if you're spending $777, it's gonna go up a little bit because folks want to, I've had so many people DM me like, could you please push the date back because we're either going to London or our kids will be on spring break. We would prefer to do it during spring break time. So I am going to accommodate that. So the date is going to change by a month and a half. So this gives you guys plenty of time. You can put your down payment and you can pay every 2 weeks. It will be extremely affordable for you guys to pay. For those who are going to be attending, because we got a lot of people that are trying to attend, but some people wanted to attend, and again, February 8th through the 12th was too much too soon for them, and so we said we would accommodate for those. Again, we only have 35 spots. I apologize. We don't have 35 spots. We have 29 spots left now. We just put this up 3 days ago. So the spots are starting to take away. The kings are definitely going out the window like super quick. We got one of the doubles that are already gone. And we have, because the house has 9 king bedrooms, okay? It has 3 doubles. It has, and 2 quads. So it is leaving super duper quick. It's going to be an experience that you guys have. If you've never been to a shut-in where it's just straight trading around the clock, I'm telling you guys, it's something amazing because you're going to be bonding with other people from around the world that are literally coming in for this event. Okay, that are flying into the United States to be at this event. So we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have great food. We're gonna have great bonding, and we're gonna make some money at the same time. So if you're interested, drop me a fire sign or go check out the site, or DM me if you like, or you can hit me up on Instagram. But we are looking forward to having, excuse me guys, an amazing event. And we are so excited for the people that are coming and the others that are signing up as well. So does anybody have any questions? They want to raise their hand? Sorry, guys. Oh, it's going to be fire. This is going to be absolute fire. Do we have any questions? Because I love to answer questions. That's super important because then all you're getting, get understanding.
Some people are saying, what are the new dates?
The new date, hold on one second, guys. Let me give you the new date, which is going to be on the site. Hold on one second. Where are they saying where the new dates? Oh, okay. Hold on one second. The new date is going to be, because we had to change, because of us changing the date. I did take a poll. I'm going to be quite honest with you because folks were saying, can we do it March? Can we do it April? We want to, does everyone have, no, they don't have to be a participant of IML. No, they don't. They don't. They do not have to be a participant because we have spouses that one person is in and one person is not in, okay? So we're going to do April 25th to the April 30th. I prefer March, to be honest, guys. I'm being honest with you. I prefer to do it the end of March, but I know people are going to be coming back from London. Is anybody on the line going to London? Is anybody going to London? Oh, yes, you see the payment plans on the site, most definitely. So when you click on it, you're going to see partially, it's called partially, it says payment plan, okay? And because we were trying to be very sensitive to people that are going to London, okay? This is the reason why. So you see this, but this is going to change because it's going to stretch it out. So when it stretches it out, you're going to see that your payment plan is completely stretched out. So it would be like $100 every 2 weeks or something like that, you know, or $70 or it's something like that, that it stretches it out leading up until. So we want to make sure that everybody that wants to come can still come. We want to make sure that folks can have a payment arrangement, okay? When is the last day to complete the payment plan? The last day to complete the payment plan will be March. Everything will be updated in about 30 minutes. Okay, because I was on with the resort because I had to switch the date. And I, like I said, I prefer March, but I do understand everybody's pockets. I'm just so excited about the event, guys, you have no idea. Because it's going to be mind-blowing, okay? It's going to be mind-blowing. And I want to be sensitive to everybody that's going to London because we're going to London. Okay, we're going to London. So I'm just trying to be very sensitive to make sure people, you know, have that time coming back from London. Okay. All right. Are there any other questions? You can raise your hand.
The link will be in the Trade Syndicate Telegram group, not the UTA Signals, not the UTA Signal Service group. So if you guys want to be in the Trade Syndicate group to get the actual information, I will drop them. I will drop the link right now at the in the group, so you guys can actually be added to the Trade Syndicate group to get the info. I just dropped it in the group right now.
Oh, sorry, I put it in the chat. Sorry. Okay, it's a pippinparty.com.
I'm sorry, not the group, but I put in the chat so you guys can be added to the Trade Syndicate Telegram group, and we also put the link in there as well.
Yes, you need to go in and get your spot, like for real, like no joke, for real, because now that I've changed the date, you guys are the only ones that know it. The other people don't know it yet. Marcus asked me to put it up on here first before. Put it in, before I let the other people know, because we wanted everybody to have, a full, even amount of time to be able to say, hey, we're going. But do you guys like where we're going to be staying? Do you like where we're going to be staying? It's going to be amazing. If you got to see my smile, you see my smile from ear to ear. It is going to be amazing. So please don't miss out. Please join us for this event. In 30 minutes, you will see the update and you don't want to miss it. And again, you can lay away as we say, okay? You can do your payment plan for this event. I've done payment plans for my event before. When you click it, my darling, it's on. When you click shop, once you put it in, you'll see it's a really big tab. It's called partially on the left-hand side when you choose the room that you're going to stay in. You will see it on the left-hand side. It's called partially, okay? Marcus, can you go back to the register? Go back to register, just click register today. Okay.
Everyone back to the Telegram chat.
Partially, it says payment plan available. You see that? It says payment plan available on the left-hand side. It's a partially button right there. I'm gonna see if the web developer can change it to go up under as opposed to the left-hand side so you guys can see it. But it's right there partially. And that way, again, you guys can make payment arrangements, but don't miss this event for those who can make the event. And we are forever grateful for you guys taking time out. Didn't Marcus do an amazing job? I was on earlier, but I had another training that I was doing for someone, but I want to make sure we got on so you guys could hear about our amazing event that we're going to be doing in Florida. Okay? All right. Does anybody else have any questions?
One of the people had questions. He said, if we already registered, do we have to re-register or relog?
No, they're grandfathered in. The ones who have already registered are grandfathered in. They get to stay at where they're at. Nope, they're good. Their rooms are already, they already got their room. Shantae, Sharon, Ted, they already got their room. Okay, so no, you guys are good. Okay. Do we have any other questions? And thank you, Marcus. Thank you, my wonderful son. Marcus dropped the link because someone's asking for the trade syndicate, sweetheart.
Oh, okay.
We're so grateful for you guys. You guys just don't know. We enjoy doing this. And that's why we want to do this big event. We want to make sure that you guys can see, in a sense, you guys are with us, every Wednesday. So we want to really put something together that you guys can be a part of live, okay? And again, if you've never been a part of a shut-in where you are straight trading around the clock, this is definitely something that you want to be a part of, okay? So thank you so much for your time. I am forever grateful. Back to you, Marcus.
Appreciate you.
I love you, baby.
Love you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys for being out here, showing out, and paying attention to my my teachings. Being the student of the game, I'm always a student of the game. I always love to learn more. So that pretty much is it. Like I said, my mom will be updating the website. So as soon as she's done updating the website, the link will be added to the Telegram chat as soon as possible in about 30 minutes. So look out for it about around 1 a.m. Around that time. But tomorrow it will be out there ready for you guys. The link is already in the chat right now. All the links, the Telegram links, the website links. Like I said, we want to make sure we do something different and good for you guys. You guys have an excellent evening. Nikki, the chat, I put the Telegram link already in the chat, so just scroll up. And I put the website in the Telegram chat too. So you guys just scroll up for me. I'm going to put it in one more time before we actually end everything. All right, cool. I put it in there for you guys. You guys have an excellent night, excellent day. If you guys have not seen the link or can't see it at all, just DM me on Telegram. Just DM me on Telegram. I'm going to repost it one more time because some people say they can't see it. I don't know why they can't see it. But if not, DM me on Telegram. I'll put that in there as well. So you guys can actually get the info. But you guys have an excellent evening, excellent day. Have a great rest of your trading week. And remember to always stay positive and get your mindset together. All right, you guys. Peace.